of present-day Ghana. No doubt about that. And I will give you the reasons. I've already told you that his own leader, his master, his boss, was thinking about an Akan land which would not go beyond Yape.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And then there was this man, Modestus Apalu, and S.G. Anto, who had founded the Togoland Congress, and they were campaigning for that part of our land in Ghana to secede and join Togoland. And then Ashanti, upon all, was also worried that they were going to sell their independence to other tribes after independence, because they felt that they had an empire, the Ashanti Empire, and nobody conquered them, nobody defeated them. In fact, it is on record that Ashanti controlled a territory 3 times the size of present-day Ghana.
Oh.
Ashanti controlled all the parts of Eastern Ivory Coast. The Anyin and Baule kingdoms belong to Ashanti. Ashanti controlled a vast portion of land up to present-day Burkina Faso. Ashanti controlled an area of land up to southwestern Nigeria, inside the Oyo Empire.
Oh, I see.
Yes, the size of Ashanti at the peak of its glory was 3 times the size of modern-day Ghana. And so if you are going to gain independence, to come under Achim, Nzema, Ahafo, whatever, Ashanti will not be happy. They felt that the independence of the country should mean Ashanti going back to rule itself. If they were not to rule anybody at all, the Ashanti should rule Ashanti. Nobody should be a president or prime minister over the Ashanti. So Ashanti was very worried about that. And so the National Liberation Movement, founded by Ashanti's own linguist, Bafo Akoto, was campaigning for an independent Ashanti. And then, as I said, the Ewas wanted to break away. Then the Shifi Mokwe, the Gans founded the Shifi Mokwe party, fighting for their own independence, that everybody should leave their land, that the capital, once the white man goes, should come to them. Nobody should come here to rule the Gans. And then the Northerners formed the Northern People's Party, that they would never come under the Akans, because at the time of independence, there was, as of 1956, there was only one northern graduate called Alassane Banzaba. And so, because they didn't have educated people, if the white man should go away, they will come and serve the well-educated Southerners. So the Northern People's Party was to seek independence for Northern people, so that they would not serve the Southerners. It was only Kwame Nkrumah and his friends, Bedema, Kojobo Otio, Krobwadise, Imoru Igala, Alassane and others, who were campaigning to get an independence which would not reduce the boundaries of the Gold Coast as they had come to find it. And so when they succeeded, and then Gold Coast too became Ghana, then it becomes a matter of course that the founder of Ghana was Kwame Nkrumah. And so if you hear that there is a Founders Day, that Founders Day, is it for Agre? Did Agre fight for independence? Or Ken Ferguson, did he fight for independence? Or J.B. Dankwa? Did he think about independence of Ewas, of Northerners, of Ashanti people? J.B. Dankwa and Akimba did not even like the Ashantis. And that is the truth. Because it was from the Akimba Buakwa royal house. And they would not have, because they felt that Ashanti was so big as a country. The moment you invite them in, Ashanti will come in and they would Ashantilize everything. So they kept the UTCC from all other ethnic groups. It was Kwame Nkrumah who came, and being a socialist and coming from America with that background of America, which was made up of so many diverse ethnic groups and nationalities, that broadened his spectrum and made him to think that Ghana needed land even bigger than what he came to meet, and that was why we are Ghana today. And he is the founder. The main reason that would make Nkrumah break away from the UGCC, first and foremost, was the fact that the leadership of the UGCC was in league with the colonial masters. They were doing business with them. They were their friends. And so the outsider, the odd one being Kwame Nkrumah, will be hated by everybody. The second reason why Kwame Nkrumah would break away from the UGCC was that Nkrumah felt that independence should be given to us now and never to be delayed, and did not even like the motto, the slogan of UGCC, which was the self-government within the shortest possible time. What about if that time did not come at all? Another factor was that Kwame Nkrumah and the people who immediately followed him were socialists. Nkrumah had taught them socialism and believed in riots and disturbances, and then hating rich people and hating well-educated people. So definitely he would not be somebody who would be accommodated by the others. But the last straw that would break the camel's back was that just about 2 or 3 months after Nkrumah had assumed his work as a general secretary of the UGCC, Nkrumah discovered that the ex-servicemen who had returned from the war front were just roaming about idly. They didn't have any job. In fact, they should have been incorporated into the regular army. This was not done, and no gratuity was paid to them. And being a Marxist, he felt that these were weapons he could use to achieve his aim. And so Nkrumah and his only friend in the UGCC, Akwanje, visited the ex-servicemen, and organized them from pubs, beer bars, chop bars, everywhere, and linked up with them as comrades in arms. That was where Nkrumah made them to know that he had returned from the United Kingdom, and that in the United Kingdom, all those who went to the war had either been incorporated into the regular army or had been paid very fat gratuities, and their lives were far better than lives before the war. And when they asked him, so what are we to do? Nkrumah gave them the answer that if you would organize yourself on this particular day and then march to the Christianburg Castle and present your petition to the governor, then we, the leaders of the UGCC, would back you and you will obtain whatever that you need. And so it was Kwame Nkrumah who wrote their petition, and it was Akwanje, the lawyer, who dictated the legal terms for Nkrumah to write.
Right.
And after everything had been penned down, they gave it to the ex-servicemen, all of them, to sign as a petition, leaving out the names of Nkrumah and Akwanje. Then from there, they fixed a date, 28 February 1948, to present the petition to the governor. Then Nkrumah told them that on your way, if anybody attempts to stop you from reaching the castle, please ignore that. Unless your petition gets to the governor, nobody will listen to you. From there, Kwame Nkrumah went to see the Osu Alata Manche, Ni Kwabena Bone, his bosom friend, Ni Kwabena Bone II, his bosom friend. and told him that, look, I have arranged something with the ex-servicemen. They will come and pass here on this date to the castle, and there is a likelihood that the white people will be firing guns at our own brothers and sisters and kill them, and it can even affect me and you. So what you will need to do to save me and save yourself and save the whole country, including the ex-servicemen, is that the moment you hear gunshots, please release all your boys. In today's language, we will call it macho men. Release all of them to loot all the European shops. And when they do that, there will be trouble, conflagration, fire everywhere in the country. And it will be replicated in all the other towns. And the white man will run away from the castle, and then we'll get our independence. Nkrumah accepted that. So on 28 February 1948, the ex-servicemen started singing their songs to the castle. And when they reached the Osu Crossroads, the castle crossroads.
What is called now called 28 February.
The white man in charge of the police, called Emery, asked them to stop. They refused. He asked them to start giving warning shots and asked them to hand over their petition to him to be forwarded to the governor. But they trusted Kwame Nkrumah more than him, so they would not stop. And so when their leaders attempted to cross the line, 3 of them were shot. Sergeant Ajete, Corporal Udate Lamte, and Private Atipo. They fell. And when Nkrumah heard this, he released his boys as he had agreed with Kwame Nkrumah. And within a matter of 48 hours, there was massive riots, demonstrations, and disturbances everywhere in the country. And so that weekend, the colonial security apparatus was set in motion, and they arrested the leaders of the UGCC. Of course, R.S. Blay and Pa Grant were in secondary. So the others who were found and arrested were 6. And the newspaper graphic captured it, Big 6 arrested. And that was how they had the name, the Big 6. But in reality, it was a big one. Because when they went to the police station and they were given papers to write their statements, the other members of the Big 6, including even Akweje, who had gone with Nkrumah to mobilize the ex-servicemen, stated that they did not know anything about the riots, and their own investigations had revealed that it was their General Secretary Kwame Nkrumah who had gone to do all the disturbances and the factors leading to the shooting of the 3 innocent men, and so the blame should be put on him. And in Nkrumah's statement, he rather admitted that he had organized the demonstration, he had caused everything, and he was ready to die, just as the 3 innocent men who had been killed. And so with that statement, they released the other members of the UGCC, and Kwame Nkrumah was kept in prison for more than 1 month. And so therefore, the whole nation got to know that we had only one leader who had organized the boycotts, the riots, and the disturbances, and that man was Kwame Nkrumah. When Nkrumah was released from prison, there was big mistrust between his good self and the leadership of the UGCC. And their charge was that you have caused us to be in prison, to be detained when we are innocent. And you are also the cause of the innocent death and all the troubles in the country. We didn't employ you to do that. And Nkrumah also felt that they were those to be blamed because the white man would never leave you on silver platter. You should be somebody ready to do all forms of violence and all the bad things that will make the white man uncomfortable in the country, and so that he would leave. So you see that there was an ideological split difference between Nkrumah and the rest. No wonder that in less than a year, Kwame Nkrumah broke away to form his own political party called the Convention People's Party. Convention People's Party, because when Nkrumah was a member of the UGCC, United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, he wasn't comfortable with the name because he felt that the name was a colonial name. So it should not be a name to be given to a political party fighting for independence from the very man who gave you the name Gold Coast. Number two, at that time there was mass illiteracy and the people could not pronounce United Gold Coast Convention or UGCC, but they knew convention because all the churches every year they had a meeting and they called it convention. So the UGCC leaders even referred to their own political party as convention. Yariko Convention. Yariko Convention. That was the name given to the party. Always Yariko Convention, Yariko Convention. So Kwame Nkrumah felt that if you form any political party, you should have the name convention because that was what the illiterate people knew. But as for United Gold Coast, you should throw it away because the illiterate people will not be able to pronounce it. But Convention People's Party, CPP, every illiterate person will be able to pronounce CPP. And that was the reason why he came up with that name. And then the slogan, self-government within the shortest possible time. Kwame Nkrumah said, even if you make an attempt, even the well-educated person, if he wants to remember self-government within the shortest time, to be a mouthful. So you need something very simple that can be explained to the illiterate people of the Gold Coast. Self-government now. And that was why he came up